If you apply for 3 credit cards this week, you're probably locking yourself into 3 small limits. And the worst part of all this, you won't even realize you cap your growth until you're sitting in front of a lender wondering why the numbers aren't moving for you. And most people don't build bad credit, they build weak credit. And there's a big difference. One I'm going to be breaking down in this series. My name is Chess. I've secured well over 400K in business funding for my businesses and help hundreds of entrepreneurs do the same. So everything I teach here comes from real experiences, from mine, my clients, so you're getting the real truth, not theory. And this is going to be part 1 of a 6-part blueprint where I'm breaking down how to build personal credit profiles correctly, strategically, so before you ever move into large approvals on the business side, and these are not hacks, not shortcuts, structure. Because the formation and foundation is everything. And if you build it wrong, you're not just starting over, you're waiting. And waiting on credit costs you real money and real opportunities. Most advice you'll find online sounds like this: pay on time, keep utilization low, don't miss payments, and that's maintenance. Maintenance keeps your scores from failing or falling. It's not a growth strategy. And if you're watching this, you're not here to maintain. You're here to build, get to that next level. And here's what banks actually look at when you apply: your highest limit, your number of primary accounts, your inquiry velocity, your average age of credit, and whether your credit profile looks comparable to what they're being asked to approve. If you apply too fast, if you stack small limits, if you don't let accounts report before they move you again, you're showing the next lender exactly who you are as a borrower. And they're going to mirror it. So let me make this very concrete for you. You apply and get approved for $5,000. Most people immediately apply again. And here's a problem with that. New accounts, they usually take anywhere from 30 to 45 days to report to the bureaus. If it hasn't reported, it doesn't exist to the next lender. So instead of this, 5K reports, your next lender sees it, approves 10K, that report, next lender sees a 10, then you approve 15. And you get this: 5, 4, 3K, all based on the same week starting profile, because you never gave the first account time to strengthen it. You didn't compound your approvals, you froze them. And that's exactly how ceilings get created early. Not from bad decisions, but from impatient ones. And there's going to be 2 types of borrowers. The impulse borrower chases approvals. Every yes feels like a win. The structured builder, they treat every approval as a stepping stone, something that has to strengthen before you move on to the next one. So one collects cards, the other builds leverage. This series is for the second type. If that's not you yet, it can be, but you have to decide that for now before you touch anything else. Here's where most people don't realize what's actually happening to them. So your early low limit stacking doesn't just slow you down. It can take years to grow out of, not months, years. Because average account age, your highest reporting limit, and the issuer level flags all move slowly. Velocity spikes. Applying too fast can trigger quiet internal flags at lenders that never show up on your report. You won't see them, but they'll see you. And if you don't understand how certain issuers will interact with each other, you can box yourself out of specific products entirely. Not because your score is too low, but because your profile pattern looks wrong to their system. And we're going to break down all of that down. But none of that matters if you don't have the right foundation first. So here's what the right approach actually looks like. You're not collecting cards, you're building a track record, a document history of how you handle leverage. The rhythm is super simple for you guys. Apply, wait 30 to 45 days, let it report, let it strengthen your profile, then move again. Every approval should make the next approval stronger and larger. That's called compounding. That's how you build profiles that banks look at and say, this borrower knows what they're doing. When you walk in with that profile, you're not asking for an approval. You're showing them why it's already justified. Now, if you space your applications correctly, there's something that you also need to know about. It's called inquiry velocity. And there's a threshold most people cross without knowing it exists. What does this mean? Once you cross it, approvals don't just shrink, they stop. You get declined without explanation because explanation lives inside their internal systems, not on your report. And that's what part 2 is about, the application velocity rule. What it is, where the line is, how to stay on the right side of it. And if you're in the middle of building right now, watch that before you apply again. Before you go, one thing I do want you to think about. Most people are watching this, are somewhere in the middle of this. They've started building, they've done some things right, but they still don't know what the hell they're doing, what stage their profile is, or what the next correct move is from here. The gap between knowing the concepts and knowing your specific next steps, that's where most people lose months, sometimes years, making the wrong moves with the right intentions. So inside my community, we map out exactly where your profile stands, whether you're stable, structured, or funding ready, and what each stage needs before moving forward. Because guessing with your credit profile isn't just slow, it's expensive. So links are in the description if you want that clarity right now. But if not, I'll see you guys in part 2.